Hello, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for coming this side. We are going to be doing meal prepping this week, and I just measured 8 cups of bread flour. We are going to be making, I don't know what to call it, 3 tablespoons of sugar and 2 teaspoons of salt and 2.5 teaspoon of yeast. These are our dry ingredients. We are going to mix that together until everything is well combined, and I added 1/3 cup of melted butter and half a cup of plain yogurt into the dry ingredients, and then I'm mixing those together. For this size, guys, I used about 900 mils of water. That's what I used, 900 mils of water. I was using a console 1 liter jar to measure, so I used, I think once I was done, there was like 100 mils left into the jar. So yes, we combined that. When you're making this, make sure that you melt your butter ahead of time so that it can cool down a little bit. You don't want to add hot butter into your dough, because that is going to be, that's like cooking your dough. So my dough was a bit sticky, and I added a little bit of flour into it, though I still need it to be slightly sticky. The correct measurement of this would be 9 cups of flour, but the 1 cup you would keep it aside and add it bit by bit it will be added bit by bit when you are kneading the dough. So if your dough, when you knead the dough, you must knead it at least 10 minutes. This one is a sticky one, so if it was not a sticky one, it was supposed to not stick to the counter surface, but it must at least start not sticking to your hand. That's why I was showing you if it's sticky. But if it's a stiff one, your hands must be clean. It should not stick to the counter surface, and it should not stick to your hand at all. That's why I did not wash my hand, because I didn't want it to, I wanted to show you guys how it's supposed to be like. And while that is resting or proving, we are now going to start on our next dish, which is going to be our loaded, spicy, tangy tomato rice. Yes, most of my meals or my recipes, guys, they come from something that I started small and I grew it from there. So I just added onion and my garlic and paste, my garlic, ginger and chili paste, and then my jalapeno peppers and corn into the pan, and I'm going to let that fry a little bit. Not a little bit, I'm going to cook it down, because most of them are from the freezer, and I added baby marrows as from there as well. So this is what, I'm not gonna call it a pita bread, but I am attempting to make a pita bread, because I want I want to be able to stuff it. So this is how I am making it. The dough is more or less similar to the naan bread, but this one you're not going to roll it too thin, if I may put it that way. So this is how the veggies are coming along. And when you take out the bread from the oven, I applied a little bit butter on my pan. It must look like this, like it puffs up on top. That's the pocket that we want to use to stuff to put our stuffing in there. This is how it's supposed to look when it is cooked. That's a sign that it's cooked, and you can check underneath, and it must be slightly golden brown. That's how I'm making it. I was multitasking, guys. You would not believe me when I tell you that I had 2 hours to do what I am doing here. 2 hours before load shedding happens. So I cooked my rice. It was about 2 cups of rice that I cooked according to the package instruction or how you cook your basmati rice. And I just added my cooked vegetables into the rice. Another thing that unfortunately, guys, I'm probably going to be talking throughout this video because I will be cooking. I'm cooking for 2 to 3 days. I'm cooking for 3 days, but I'm only showing you for the food that we are going to eat for the food that I'm cooking for the other 2 days, for other 2 days, because today we are going to have some, and we are going to fry a little bit of meat. I don't think there's a need for me to show you guys that. So once the rice was well combined with the vegetables, I added a cup, no, half a cup. What am I saying? I added the cup of the tomato. It's not a tomato, it's my pasta sauce. And I also added another half a cup. So basically I use 3 half a cup measurements to make it 1.5 cup of pasta sauce to make it into this rice. And I'm just cutting the spring onion onto it, and it will be ready. You can have this as it is, or you can have it with chicken or any other protein that you want. I think we're going to have this with tuna. So this is simple, it's not complicated. There are jalapenos into the vegetables. It's very spicy, and my pasta sauce is spicy as well. So if you're going to do this for family and you have kids, please don't use jalapenos, and make sure that your sauce is not that spicy. And again, if you're going to use tomato relish, the one that we normally have with pap, please try to take out the oil from it, because if you don't, your rice is going to be oily and it's not going to look very nice. Believe me, I learned the hard way. It was not nice at all. It changes, it looks somehow. So this is how it looks, guys, and it is so delicious. That is what we are going to have on Thursday. And then the pita bread is what we are going to have tomorrow, which is Wednesday, because today is Tuesday. So once that was going, actually, when I was doing this, load shedding had happened. I was just left with a little bit of dough for me to finish it off, and the rice was ready. I was happy with that. Now I'm going to start a fire that I'm going to cook samp and the papata. I do not know what to call the papata in English. It's, if you're not South African or if you're not Tswana, it's some form of flat bread. You'll see it at the end. Guys, ignore my flour there. I don't know. That's why I'm kind of showing this. I'm kind of shooting this video with an angle, because my flowers, ne? So this flower of mine, sometimes it's bubbly, it's beautiful, it's popping, it's full and all of that. Other times it's like this. I don't know. In my mother's house, it's always full. I do not know. They say when your flowers are not happy, that means you are not happy. This one, I'm telling you, it does not go with my moods, because I can show you the other ones. I'll show you in one of the videos coming up, if I remember. They look okay, but this one, I'm telling you. So I'm making fire. My way of making fire, if my husband is not home, it's kind of complicated. This is me contemplating if I should make two sets, because I wanna cook samp, and I also wanna make the papata on the other side, which needs the coal. Is it the, I don't know if it's the correct term, of the wood only. I don't need the fire. I just need the coal or the wood. So I was contemplating if I should make two, but I decided that I'm going to make one, and then once the coal is starting to build up, I'll take that from there and put it on the side and start making my dipapata. There's a word. I once bought it at a certain store. I amper mentioned where, and I'm not gonna mention because guys, people are stalkers out there. Stalkers. But there's a store that I once bought it, and it has a name. It had a name. I don't know if it was a Portuguese what something of that sort. But yeah. So when my husband is not home, this is what I do. I will take a piece of wood and start looking for those small ones that are coming out, because I am not going to touch an axe, and I want to be, how do I put it? I want to make fire, So the fire went well, and I'm happy with it. It's difficult when I'm doing it without the help of my husband, because it's not like at the village, guys. At the village, you can just walk down the road or down like at the back of the house and find a tree and find those dry branches. You take them off and then you make fire. Hey, in Josie, huh? I tell you, it's a struggle. So I am starting on the stuffing of 30-second rule, guys. They say if you drop something 30 seconds, it's enough, you can pick it up. And I always wipe my stove, so don't come for me. I'm making the stuffing for the bread. So I just started with the meat. I seasoned it with paprika, black pepper, onion and garlic powder, and then I added soy sauce and a little bit of bicarbonate of soda, just a pinch, to make it slightly softer. And once that was done, I added 3 medium-sized onion onto the pan, frying that up. We are making the stuffing, guys, and I added 4 teaspoons of my ginger and chili garlic paste, and I added cumin, I added black pepper, I added garlic powder and onion powder into the mixture. And I am working as fast as possible. I don't want to add more oil onto the pan before I can see if it's really needed, because the peppers are also going to add the moisture onto the pan. Sometimes you'll add oil, and when you add something that has moisture, then you realize that you really didn't have to add oil. It was not necessary. So now that the peppers are there and I see that it is still a bit dry, then I added a little bit more of oil. The yellow pepper is the ones that I bought, and the jalapenos that I bought last year in November. It's been in my freezer. I still had it. And then the orange ones is the sweet ones that I just bought now. I just wanted to add something that is a little bit sweet onto the stuffing of the bread, and that's what I did. I was taking the seeds of the jalapenos bit by bit because I felt like it was going to be too spicy. Oh, and I added the beef back onto the pan. I didn't have to add the soy sauce because I had already added it into the beef when I was marinating it, and I adjusted my seasoning onto the mixture, and I am loving how it is coming out. This is it when it was done, and I'm happy. And then I am adding cheese on top. Okay, this was inspired by Zaini's Kitchen. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but if I make something that I had seen you doing it, I am going to mention you. I'm not one to take credit for something that I had seen from you first, even if maybe it was not my first time. But as long as you are in a circle of people that I support, I will mention you. She made something similar to this, but she did not mix the cheese, and then she made it with chicken. So this was inspired by her. The name of the channel is Zaini's Kitchen, and no, this is not a collaboration, but like I said, if I see you doing something and I go and do it, or I feel like I can create something similar, this is how it looks, guys. This is the final thing, the final look, or the final meal. So if I make something similar, I will give credit to you because it is not my brainchild. It is not my content. It's something that I have done, or that I have made, that was inspired by someone. So I saw this from Zaini's Kitchen. I'll try and put it on the screen somewhere. Kindly check her channel out. She makes great food content. If you love food, if you like me, you love food, yes, you will like it. I'm not that type of a person that will take your content and make mine. I will never do that. If I see you doing something and I feel like it's something that I can do, that I can incorporate in my daily meals or in my daily life, I'll give you the credit because that is your brainchild. And I know we are not all like that, but that's just how I roll. I believe that, guys, in life it is the heart that matters. It's the heart. It is what is inside of you that matters. I don't have time in my life to think that even if I do something that I saw you doing, then I will not mention you or say something about you because I feel like I will be supporting or endorsing, of which her channel is way bigger than mine. That's why she will inspire me. So I'm the type of a person that don't have time for negativity. I do not have time for that. If I feel like there's something that I can mention that I saw on your channel, I'm going to do it. This is life. What is inside of me, or who the person that I am, does not allow me to spend time thinking that no, I can't. I'm just gonna use it and I'm not gonna mention her. I don't live my life like that. It's time consuming. It's not good for my well being. It's not good for my sanity. It's not good for my health. And above all, I want to try, I prefer to live my life in a way that will pleases God. I'm not perfect. I'm a sinner. I have flaws. I have all these things, just like a normal person. But I'm not the type of person that would not give credit where it's due. I don't do that. So even if maybe I mention you, it's not me. That's just who I am. And I can be a stalker too. I'm not a stalker, but it might come across as a stalker. If I like you, or if I know you, or if you're in my circle and I come across your content, I will subscribe, I would like, I will follow, I will do anything that I would appreciate if someone does it for me, but not if it doesn't have to be a forceful thing to that particular person. But me personally, I always say, as women, we go through a lot. We, like, our life is not that easy. So I believe that in life, if there's anything that we can do for each other, is to be there for each other, even when we don't say it. But I would love to, I enjoy surrounding myself with women that I can just be there for them, that they can know that they can count on me for anything, even when I'm not saying anything at all. And it is always so appreciated if that is reciprocated. But even if it's not reciprocated, I'm not going to stop to do what I want to do. If I had decided in my heart that I like you and I'm going to be there for you, or I'm going to be supportive, or I'm going to, or that's just who I am. So if maybe I'm following you or I'm supporting you or whatever, if that comes across as a stockish type of thing, I'm sorry, but like I said, I don't have a middle. It's either I like you or I don't like you. And if I like you, I'm gonna be in your case. I'm gonna follow you, like you, all those kind. And if I don't like you, I'm not even not like you. But if you and I cannot be stable, I'm not even going to bother. But yeah, so my second dish was inspired by her, Zaine's kitchen. So now because of the load shedding and me chasing after time, I was not doing the clean as you go type of thing. So now I have to clean the kitchen, and it was not nice. But anyway, guys, hey, let me tell you before I go. Guys, hey, I did this without tasting the food. I was doing 48-hour fast. I'm not gonna say a lot about it because I'm starting something, but if I want to make sure that if I fail, it's my own failure. I don't have to explain to you guys. So these are the papata. This is what we call the papata. In my language, it's the papata. That's what I made on the fire. After the samp and the meat was cooked, that's what I made on the fire. I left the kitchen halfway. I didn't finish it. Theo finished it for me, and I'm so grateful. If you watched up until this far, thank you so much. See you on the next video. Bye.